You feel something in your bones.
Yeah. Deep down inside, I don't know what it is, but hey. Oh man, y'all good? Y'all ready?
We ready?
Bet. Welcome back. Was it good though? Podcast episode 20.
20.
October is still here, so we still doing our horror movie month of reviews. Yeah, you know what it is. Discuss, debate, review, disagree. Some of your favorite movies and TV shows, old and new. We switch it up for y'all a little bit. We got some old ones in there, some classics, 13 Ghosts. And then we coming out, with a more recent one. Today, if you can't tell by our backgrounds, Michael Myers. We're doing Halloween Ends. This movie literally just came out, so we fresh on the review. Might as well just give it to you. Of course, I'm your host, Kris. We got Jazz. Jazz, how you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Love to hear it. Jason, what's good? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I got it. Yeah, I can feel this one. This is gonna be a good one. But yeah, like I said, we're doing Halloween Ends. This movie came out, like I said, a couple of days ago, and horror is one of our favorite genres. So let's get right into it. Jason, Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends.
I just want to say right quick, like I'm excited for this because there's been like mixed,
It
like,
has been.
reception. Some people hated it. Some people was like, "Oh, this is good." So I'm curious to see how this is gonna play out.
Can we go ahead and throw a warning out there just in case if this episode goes off the rails? Since Jason, you are a Halloween fan.
This is gonna be real good.
I wanted to throw that warning out there at the beginning. So if we have our get our old episode 1 feeling back, this is your warning. So yeah.
Jason, you see Jason's heart drop.
Hey, look. I am not in that energy up today. This is the 20th episode, and I mean it's almost like an homage since it's been 40 years since the original, and 20 years since H2O, and this is episode 20. This is how you do it.
Like
and they didn't even know we pick and roll, gave it back. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even see it like that. But as we get into this trilogy, the trilogy of Halloween 2018 is when we brought it back. Basically we learned in Scream they call it a requel. That's what it was. So we have Halloween. That one definitely was a big homage to the original film. Introducing new characters. We got Allison, her mother, her father. In the original, we have Halloween Kills, which was basically set the same exact night, but it was the aftermath after pretty much Michael has terrorized the actual town. But in this one, he went through and just slashing throughout the house. He was just on a freaking rampage. And we open this movie. It's a year later. And we get introduced to Corey. Corey is about to babysit a kid named Jeremy, as the family is about to go to a Halloween party just up the street from the actual home. How are you guys feeling seeing this opening scene so far?
It caught me off guard because the music seemed too positive.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is not where we left Michael. So I was curious how much time. Well, actually, Halloween Kills was the date was 2020 because I know
it was 28. It was 2018. Are you talking about when it released?
Oh no, just I guess the setting of it because I'm trying to figure out if Corey's situation was after Halloween Kills or not.
It was after. This was directly a year after that.
Okay. All right, because Michael went missing. Mm-hmm. But this opening scene, this little boy, bad as hell. Like, I thought it was actually dope because the young boy and Corey were watching a movie, and they were watching John Carpenter's The Thing. John Carpenter did Halloween. He did The Thing. And anybody who's seen that movie, it's a solid film, but I just thought that was dope how he put his own project within his movie because Wes would do the same thing. But they're playing hide and seek. Or actually, what's the little boy's name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy was playing hide and seek, and Corey was just like, "Nah, we're not doing this." And it kind of made you think like, okay, Michael just gonna pop back up and he just snatching up kids. Michael don't snatch up nobody kids. So I was just like, okay, this boy playing games. Kris, if you were Corey trying to bust out that door, would you have done it with that much strength just in case you might hit him on the other side?
That's tough to say because I wouldn't expect, like, if you lock me in the attic, I wouldn't expect you to be like right outside the door still. Like, I'm just like, even when I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, where's this going? Because like Jazz said at the beginning, I had to check and see, make sure I had the right movie on. I was like, is this Halloween? And then you get into it, and you got this kid Corey, and Jeremy is just being like a jerk. I don't know what else you would do in that situation. Like, let me out. You're not letting me out. I'm gonna try to kick the door down. Like, you just being a little brat.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the Scream callback in this opening scene?
Which one are you talking about?
When when Corey is trying to get out the door and the parents roll up to where something is about to happen, which was the opening of Scream 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Casey's parents was going into the house, she was murdered and her parents were like 15 feet away. So then with the parents walking in the door, they come in soon, hear Corey screaming, and then their son just
bruh
tumble.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
It is. It's hilarious. I busted out laughing when I saw him fall because I was just like, his head bounced off the ground.
Yeah, like it was so unexpected because this is a Michael Myers movie, allegedly. So I'm thinking Mike is going to pop up any minute now. Then this kid I was just like, wow. Didn't he like fold? Like Jazz is laughing at it. This is
he
bad.
did. She is sick. She is sick.
This is bad.
But within this, I guess I'm gonna ask y'all. So since we here still in the actual intro, what are you guys' favorite horror movie intros, and could this possibly crack your top 3?
So I'll say this while Jazz is thinking. I like the intro because it was different. So, they deviated from what we were expecting, which is always good because, these movies, especially horror, can be cookie cutter. So like sort of, you know where you're going, you know what you're getting, blah, blah, blah. They tried something new. So I appreciate that. As far as cracking my top 3, no. I wouldn't say that.
What are they then?
I would say Scream, the original Scream.
Okay.
Oh, that's tough because Scream 2 was fire too. Yeah, I would say Scream only because of the misdirection. Like we all thought Drew Barrymore was the main character, and then she ends up getting killed in the first whatever minutes it was. And then it just seems iconic for me at the time, so I would say that. I would have to think about 2 others, but just off the top, I would say Scream and Scream 2.
I would say Final Destination 2.
Which kill was that?
That was when they was on the
highway scene.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And of course, I would definitely say Scream 2. And I'm gonna throw Scream 1 in there because trying to think about a dope intro is kind of hard.
How did Saw open up?
Saw opened up with someone in a trap. So Saw has some really good intros.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the Saw intros, but Scream 1 and Scream 2 for sure.
What's yours, Jason?
I'm not mad at that. So this would actually make this would actually crack my top 3 for sure. Of course, we got Scream, and I'm probably going to go with It, the remake, the intro of the It remake.
Chapter 2.
Yeah. No, wait. Just the original remake of It, not the Chapter 2 one.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So within this intro, I feel like it really set the tone for the way this movie, because I really didn't know where it was going. So kind of like what Kris said as to why Scream would be in his is I did know the direction of this actual movie because we're so used to it opening with Michael Myers killing a babysitter in her actual home. We have this super meta commentary from Corey, which is our new lead of this actual movie, which was kind of dope because when it comes on, which is if you watching the visuals, you can see my actual screen. He's talking to us, telling us, "Hey, it's Halloween," acknowledging where we are, what we're watching, and we're about to have a good time. And a lot of people, like I said, it's super divisive within this, and we have Jeremy, who's also acknowledging what happens within a Halloween movie. Kids don't die in these. And Jazz acknowledged it or brought it up to me after we had. Okay, so another callback to Halloween 2018. We have this kid within the actual movie who's getting babysitted by one of the main characters, and he really liked the babysitter. He felt like she was, really pretty. But in this one, the dude called Jeremy ugly and said, "We're not best friends. Leave me alone. Stop trying to pretend like it." And he was like, "I'm not a babysitter." Just acknowledging back what Jeremy said. This isn't that type of movie.
Very meta.
So this is why I really enjoyed this actual introduction. And pretty much in the trilogy is something that I kept getting mad about. I'm like, bro, we are in 40 years of Michael Myers, and we've never had a copycat. We've never had fear of an act. I mean, you see the fear of a town, but within here we see the town is now turning on itself. We have the people killing themselves in fear of Michael Myers. We have people killing other people in fear of Michael Myers. And then we get back and we see Jamie Lee Curtis, which is she's doing a monologue, and we see Jamie and her granddaughter Allison at the actual home. What do you guys think about this scene? We finally get our actual main lady, Jamie Lee Curtis, or Laurie Strode, if you will.
Good, Jess.
I mean, I was curious. I don't think I would have moved in a house with my grandmother.
Especially that grandmother, right?
Yeah, because we know that in earlier films she was out living in the middle of nowhere. So I guess her getting a home in town was good for her, especially them being together since a daughter got killed. But yeah. And then I think after this we see Allison at her job, and we're introduced to her fiction. No, too early.
Oh yeah, not yet, not Allison yet. No,
not yet, not yet.
I know what part you're talking about.
Okay.
But
I know what you're referring to. So, to get you to where you're trying to go to, we go back to
Lead the
Corey.
way, Jason.
We go back to Corey. It's been 3 years since the incident of killing the kid. Obviously, white privilege has freed this young man.
Yeah.
Was that ever explained? Because I watched it twice and I still don't know how he was able to get off.
I don't really know. I would. Oh, good.
I mean, it was said as a like manslaughter, so it wasn't a scenario of he intentionally tried to kill the kid. It was something that led into an actual accident. So that would be the reason why he was freed from this actual scenario. Although the mind of everybody in that town is he tried to intentionally kill his kid. So intention does make a difference within that. Him being locked in the room and being able to prove he had to kick that door open and the kid behind it, and he knocks him off. But they don't explain it, but it is left up to an interpretation.
How many years did he get? Because
that's what I want to know. Like, he's probably the kid.
I don't think he probably didn't go to jail at all. You don't have to go to jail for an accident. Like, if you get into a car wreck and kill somebody, you may not go to jail. Like, it just depends on the circumstance and what goes on in that. You won't necessarily go to jail. You may get probation or something.
The parents must have had a very terrible lawyer, because the mother clearly heard him scream, "I'm going to kill you." Yeah, he would have got some time, but
must be nice.
Should have called me to be her lawyer.
Yeah, he definitely would be in. He would. He definitely would have been off. So, as Corey is leaving out of the convenience store, he runs into these 4 knucklehead kids, just supposedly hanging and kicking and whatnot, trying to get him to purchase some liquor. But it's not really explained why he couldn't do it, but I'm assuming it was based on probation, which is why he couldn't go back in there and, risk his life to go do something like that. But of course, kids, it's a Halloween movie. We know what's going to happen with these kids and what direction they're about to go in. They try to bully him into buying the actual liquor. As they're doing this, Laurie pulls up and they say, "Oh my God, it's a freak show and it's a psycho within this." And he cracks a milk bottle. He has an affinity for chocolate milk or something, because that's the same exact thing.
We were saying milk a lot. With
he's trying to. He ends up cracking the bottle. It slices his hand, and they go to the hospital. And then, Jazz, you can talk about the job.
Yes. So we see Allison is at the hospital. She's working there, and Lori brings this nice young man to try to connect with her granddaughter. So everybody in this town knows that he accidentally killed that kid. I'm not introducing him to my granddaughter. Like, is that one of those situations where you're like, oh, they deserve a second chance? Like,
That's
he got
what
a
it
body.
seemed like. Yeah, that's what it seemed like it was.
Yeah, it was with her. You said she got a body. She got.
No, he do.
He got.
He killed a kid.
Wait.
No, I mean,
Jason, this is the second time.
Yeah, Jason almost went left here.
You gotta relax. Relax on Allison.
Come back, brother. Come back.
Right. This isn't Allison. This is Allison. Let's focus. But so we see her in the room with him. They're trying to stitch up his hand. The doctor was an asshole for sure. But then also Corey was looking real thirsty in the face. And did she knock over all the stuff in there?
She did. Yeah. She did.
I'm just look.
You said he was looking thirsty. She was looking thirsty.
She can't be down that bad, can she?
She can't.
Yeah. So that was one of the things. Like this whole. Well, we'll get there, but their relationship was just like.
It was a few things in here. I said, "Why did y'all do that?"
Yeah, they was moving quick. I'll say that.
Yeah, that love story, but she's dealing with her trauma. He's dealing with his trauma bond. You know what these are nowadays. So that's I feel like that's where that connection was really coming from.
And she was real direct with him too. Like she wasn't even trying to sugarcoat it or.
Nah, she laid it on thick, brother. I want you. Nah, but her mama knew. Not her mama, her grandmother knew what she was doing and what was going on. She was trying to go to this Halloween party. She needed somebody to go with, but she didn't want to go alone. So they found somebody. And then we go back to the actual home. She's, just explaining to her mom and Lindsay, another OG from the original movie, but she was a kid at that time. So we have Lindsay. She's playing with tarot cards. Y'all do the tarot card thing?
Hell no.
No, I'm good.
Just making sure. I don't know what energy y'all do. I had to. And as she's doing it, Allison pulls the death card, and she was like, "Hey, wait, relax. It's not a scary thing. It's more of a something is ending and something is beginning." Which this scenario does play out, of course, in the ending of the actual movie, but they are doing the actual tarot card reading. Corey, we get introduced to Corey and his family, stepfather, pretty cool dude. From what I was actually looking at, I ain't gonna say he didn't have a backbone, but he definitely allowed the mom to go crazy in the actual home. What did y'all think about Corey and his home living arrangement?
Mommy issues.
Yeah, he needed to get away from mom quick.
Yeah, like she's extremely, like, definitely probably physically abusive, but also emotionally as well. And she reminded me of the mother from one of American Horror Stories. One of the earlier seasons. It was Murder House.
Gotcha.
I know. But for anybody who has seen it, the mother, Peter, what's my man name? That was in Dahmer.
Evan Peters.
Yes, that was his mom in Murder House, and she was
gotcha.
She was a little handsy and controlling of her son. So I immediately thought of her.
So Allison, she's texting Corey at the table. The mom is going crazy. Who are you texting? Who are you talking to? What you doing at the table? Boys who keep secrets ain't getting no custard. I was like, first off, I don't eat custard, Kris. That looks like a you thing. You like custard?
It's not the first thing I get, but sure.
That's not what I asked you. I said, do you eat custard?
I like custard. Yeah.
Okay. What is custard?
It's like it's not ice cream, but it's like the same consistency, like cold.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that don't sound like my type of dessert.
I mean, it's ice cream light. Like you'll like it. Well, you don't like watermelon, so maybe not. I don't know. You sort of funny.
So you went from ice cream to watermelon.
I'm just getting a gauge of your food taste. So I'm
So Allison and Corey, they're actually talking. She's trying to get him to go to this actual party, and he brings, she brings her car to his, to the actual junkyard, which where the stepfather works at. He's good with cars. She has a loose exhaust pipe on the bottom, and he's gonna fix it for her. And she told him, I don't really care about the car. I'm coming to see you. Like she's not playing. She shoots that shot. Like this is some jazz. I mean, not jazz. Kris, are you into this energy from women? Like for them to, hey, what's up?
I don't know. It's a little too quick. You sort of just be like, okay, like if it ain't Lupita, I'm kind of like, you coming off a little strong, like it's kind of, it gives off like kind of crazy vibe, but she was throwing it at him. So I mean,
I feel like they vibe. Jay, did you feel the vibe between them, Jazz, when they were at the doctor office? Did you get a vibe?
Yeah, it was
trauma.
Yeah, because and even with Corey, like he's been an outcast for what 3 years now, like so just that bit of attention, I'm sure he embraces it, and it's just I don't know, it's just that whole dynamic is just gonna combust. I don't know.
I'm just watching this, and I'm just like, either y'all ain't got nobody in your town, or the trash dating pool doesn't affect y'all, because it ain't take nothing for her to just fall for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like even Allison, I mean, maybe I guess being Lori's grandmother and granddaughter, maybe like people have a thing
but she
about
had that cop kept trying to holler at her the whole movie.
But Doug was her ex. That's what they were talking about at the when Lindsay came into the.
So he can't move on.
Exactly. That's why he pulled her over about the exhaust pipe, and he was like, "Why you ain't calling me no more? Like, what's up?
My ex. Like, what are you doing?
That's for a reason, boy. my boy. That's it. It's done.
You think he probably make a scene if she's out and don't notice him or wave? You think he
for sure he shows out in the movie, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. So Miss Lori got her groove back. Lori and the Piggly Wiggly.
How you over here flirting by the Pringles? Like,
didn't he say I like your face? Didn't she say that? Come on, like your face. That's a bar. Thank you, Jay.
Look at y'all. Look what swoons you two guys. But this was nice. Like I said, we've only seen Lori. She's had a few love interests within the series, or even in the non-canon Halloween story. She's had some love interests.
They all died.
They get murked out. Yes, that's what they're supposed to do, I guess. So her and Frank, they're flirting. She's feeling herself. She leaves out and she runs into one of the victims of Michael Meyers. How would you guys have responded to this young woman blaming you for their mother being stabbed?
I mean, it's one of those, how could you respond to that? Like, you can't be, angry with her because she's upset. She's lashing out, even though it seems like she was lashing out with the wrong facts. She had alternative facts. Mm-hmm. So she just coming at Lori. Lori's sitting here like, I lost my daughter. I lost so much due to him. So it's not like Michael was just killing people around me. Hell, he trying to kill me too. He done killed a few of my hoes and my daughter. So we all in the same circle. Luckily, your sister survived, and I love that callback from the last film, because I really thought Michael was gonna stab her because he was going in on her husband. So just to see her, I mean, she can't talk no more, but she's still here. So you gotta say some thank yous to that, right?
So they were saying that she provoked him, but how? She didn't do anything.
That's what I was confused about when she said that too. Because I'm just like, how did she provoke him? Like, I didn't understand where that came from.
She didn't bully him when he was a kid. She didn't know this guy when he was a kid. They don't even, he just fixated to who she was. Which within this series, we do know, well, I hope y'all know, they did uncanonize that they're siblings. They're not siblings. They're just people. And he just was after her for whatever reason.
Are you serious?
Jazz looks so disappointed.
That's not his sister. Within this series, it was never a spoken thing. It was an assumed thing. But when 2018 came out, they uncanonized it, so they are not siblings. Just want to make sure we understand that within this.
I'm cool with that.
So Lori,
Ooh.
not Lori, but Allison and Corey, they head out to the Halloween party, and Corey is in here having a good old time. He's wearing this mask. My mind automatically went to, oh my God, he's the scarecrow, and he's looking for a heart to have courage. But I'm like, no, that was the lion. That wasn't the scarecrow at all. He wanted a brain. So I threw that off. I threw that out the table. But Corey, he's hiding himself within this party. He's going wild. He takes the mask off. He's on the ground. He's grinding. He's like he's been missing it. People aren't acknowledging him. They're allowing him to be free. He goes to the bar. Lo and behold, it's Jeremy's mother. Jeremy's mother is going, letting them know how she feels about that scenario, which I definitely
scenario.
The death of her child. The death of the child. The death of her child. Yes, that. Like I said, I don't know if him and the mom are still together. I don't know if they mentioned that. If the mom and dad are still together, but you can just see how you do eventually see how their relationship, but how they are responding to this actual situation. Me personally, I don't know if I would be able to forgive the person that murdered my child accidentally, on purpose, whatever that situation is. But that is something that you do have to be able to do to be able to forgive. But of course, this triggers Corey, and Corey leaves out the actual party. Everybody hears the commotion as he's running out. And what do y'all think about this scene as he leaves out of the actual party?
I'm like, why is she running after him? Like, what are you doing?
She like him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised she ran after him, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. That whole dynamic just was a lot. It didn't feel
organic to you.
I wouldn't say organic, maybe realistic. Okay, for story's sake. Okay, so organic's a good word because it wasn't like it was built up. It was like Corey's new, so it wasn't like built up maybe from the previous movie. It wasn't like they had something like I guess in common. Really, she just seen this outcast and she was like, "Hey, I want some of that," and it was just I don't know. I guess the whole dynamic, like I said, was he's an outcast. She had trauma.
He's an outcast.
Yeah, so I guess that was what they were going for. I feel like they could have been fleshed out a little bit more.
I felt like that entire storyline fell flat.
Especially with
storylines fell flat.
Yeah, especially with as we proceed. I get what you're saying.
So sometimes survivor and killer, y'all don't like that relationship between survivors and killers? You don't think that'll work?
So no. But this situation, he wasn't really a killer per se yet. He did.
He's a killer. I mean, regardless of
it was an accident.
Killed that boy.
Yeah, it was an accident. He's not a serial killer yet.
I didn't say that. I just said he's a killer, brother.
He got a body.
Okay, fine.
Look at Jazz. He got a body like he out here with ops.
Corey with ops is kind of funny.
Jeremy was ops though. Jeremy was ops. The way he was acting. I ain't gonna say I kicked nobody up the steps with it. Yeah.
So he bullies.
So as he's leaving the actual party, he's just walking. I'm assuming he's walking home. I don't know where he's going because he rode with her. He didn't have his bike, so he's just walking the other direction. And of course, the same four knuckleheads that seen him earlier in the actual day, well, early in the movie, because it wasn't the same day. He runs back into them as he's trying to make it home. They jump out the car, start teasing them, start bullying. This 2022, and they still on some 1970 bully energy. You know what I'm saying? Like they messing with him, but of course the kid with the car. Corey seen him at his place of business, and he's seen how his dad was treating him, and he at this point he's triggered, and he mentions that you're just like this because your dad don't like you, and he messing with you, and the kid like, bro, what you say to me?
Yeah, you're outnumbered, Corey.
He drops his glasses, and the kid with some champion shoes on gonna say these low class designer frames, bro. You have on champion tennis shoes, like you have on wrestling shoes. What are you saying right now? And then he takes Corey. They take Corey and they throw him off throw him off the bridge. You have one kid with two young ladies. They have some kind of sense where they're kind of upset, but they don't go and help the boy. They just jump in the car, dip off, and then Corey gets snatched into the actual tunnel.
Yo.
Oh,
It's coming. It's coming, Jazz. It's coming.
So this is where the direction of this movie kind of takes a turn. So
a shitty turn.
How y'all feeling now? Come on, Jazz.
So
Jazz,
when I saw his body get dragged, I'm sitting here like, so y'all just felt the need to take Stephen King's idea of it dragging people through the fucking sewage, and that's what Michael Myers is doing. So you just snatching bodies and bringing them to the sewage. I'm just like, what is the point of this? This made no sense to me. Jason, defend this, please.
There's no defending I can have in this scenario, Jazz. Kris, what do you have before I say more?
I mean, I remember like maybe we're 30 minutes in, 35 or something. I'm like, where's Mike? Like this is a Halloween movie. We haven't seen Mike. Corey has gotten more, and I believe he had more screen time than Mike, and it feels like Jamie Lee Curtis. So I'm just like,
this is a fact. But we're gonna go back to Jazz's favorite movie of the year, Scream 5.
Oh, brother.
So within the movie, we understand. I'm just saying, we gotta go. We have to go back. Everything goes back to the, y'all know the line.
I can just feel the name drop coming, and
I'm only bringing up Mindy. I'm only bringing up Mindy. I'm not bringing up anybody else from that actual movie. Jazz like Mindy, right? You like Mindy, right, Jazz?
Mindy was cool.
All right, so Mindy,
Mindy? She was the black girl.
She was the black girl. Yes.
Okay.
So she gave us what the rules to a requel were. Do y'all remember these rules?
You said it in our last a few episodes. Go.
All right. So this movie, you can't reboot, and you can't do a sequel because somebody's going to be mad about it. So that's what they get, the requel. It has to be new, which this is damn near a new movie within a trilogy. Which, like I said, this didn't feel like a Halloween movie because where is Michael within this actual movie? So you got new characters, which you got Corey. That's pretty much the other new Corey is a new character, right?
He's the only one. You just
the 4 kids. The 4 kids that keep teasing him. Those are new characters.
They don't count. Come on.
Those are why don't they? You know they're going to die.
But they're new to the storyline. That's within any horror movie you have with Scream. Every one of them people are new. You have your legacy characters. Allison is a legacy character at this point. You have Jamie. You have Frank. You have Lindsay. We have our legacy characters. Everything has to go back to the original. It's in the tunnel with Michael Myers. And it's not really a sequel. So within this is a true definition of a requel, and that's what it is. But now Michael Myers in the actual tunnel, it kind of makes sense because Michael Myers got his ass beat in that last movie.
Yeah,
he missing fingers on the hand now. He really ain't got the strength.
He can barely walk.
Kris said, "Where is Michael?" I said, "On his last leg." That's definitely what he was on. So I'm assuming the movie wants us to think that the energy from Michael transferred to Corey. Does that make
no?
That don't make sense.
No.
This is a question. I'm not defending it. I am asking questions here, Jazz. Relax. You see, you ready to jump out the window about some bull crap? I didn't agree. I didn't agree with it. Now, have you seen Halloween 3, Jazz?
Yes. So
this is, those two movies are supposed to be interconnected within the whole transferring of energies and whatnot.
So Michael got the spell from Chucky to put his energy in people, his spirit, that bullshit.
I think he sensed like how Corey was. I don't know if it was like an energy transfer. I think he just sensed Corey. I'm not saying.
I don't know why. I don't know. So why didn't he kill him? I don't know, because Michael. That's what he. That's what he does. That's what Michael does.
Plot armor.
This entire scene was terrible. This whole entire scene, Michael choking him out, and then Michael's making eye contact, and then we get a flashback of all the shit that Corey did, and Michael sees it and just lets him go.
I think that was, I believe that was for us, not Michael, Jazz. I get what you're saying. I think that was for us.
No, stop. No, how are you defending this? Don't.
It's
defend
not.
this.
It's not defending. I'm just saying that scene was for us. It wasn't for Corey or for Michael to see. Like, you think he's looking into his eyes and pulling his energy from him?
That was the implication.
You thought that? That's what you thought, Kris?
I mean, they're making eye contact, and then we get these flashbacks. I'm like, maybe Michael is seeing how Corey is, and he's letting him go. That's why I said I didn't see an energy transfer. Maybe he saw that Corey was like evil or whatever, but that was the implication. Like, I don't. it just seemed
Man, look,
weird.
I am not within this situation. I am not agreeing. I don't know what the whole thing in that tunnel was supposed to have done, but Corey was reborn into evil at this point. He comes out the sewer, and the, like, even the homeless man, he's like, bro, what made you so special? You could come out there, go back in there. You need to go back in there. And then this is Corey finally catches a body. He caught a body.
His second body. This is not his first body.
Yeah, but this is an intentional body. So he actually tried to catch this one. You know, he sticks him up, stabs him, blood everywhere. But then he goes back home. He's looking in the mirror, trying to figure out who he is now. What am I becoming? What's going on with this? You know, within this situation.
How do you okay, question. So Michael Meyers is looking at him at eyes. Did he give him like 20/20 vision or something? Because Corey had glasses the whole movie, and then they get stepped on by the champion shoes, and now he's just killing everybody with no glasses.
Now, to be fair, Kris, I don't know if them glasses is real. I don't know. I don't know.
That boy copping, please. Corey.
I said I don't know.
Come on, man.
I truly don't know if he was. I don't know if he was blind. If it was people have. There was never a situation where they said, "Hey, I can't see without my glasses." There's movies that acknowledge things like that. He didn't. It was just.
Yeah, if he get bit by a spider like Peter Parker did, like he's a geek and then he gets bit by a spider. Like Michael Myers I didn't understand. I didn't understand that whole thing. Like what happened? Like he just I didn't get that part.
Maybe when he fell, he hit his head so hard he can now see.
That's not how that works.
That's not
how that works.
Something in the brain that triggers.
I know Jazz has been knocked out and hit over the head a few times.
What? Nope, that sounds like abusive situation. Jazz ain't been in none of those.
Where did that come from?
And say in a relationship, it could have been big brother, little big sister, fights. It could have been on school campus. I don't know what you would do. I don't know what you were doing.
We've had multiple conversations where,
and you told me, and you said you was trying to be a UFC fighter, but you chose otherwise. Why is that?
Wait, what did you say?
You wanted to be a UFC fighter, but you changed your mind. What happened?
There is nowhere on this pod where I said that.
Yeah, Jansen, the octagon is absolutely insane, bro. Can you imagine?
No, we can't. She stopped doing it. So, back to the movie. So we got Allison. Of course, Allison is pissed off at this point. She really was enjoying Corey's time within these 4 days, I'm assuming. She got some in the microwave, it explodes, which that kind of plays a part at the end of the actual movie as well. So that's the only reason I brought it back up. She goes to work, of course. Boyfriend problems, I guess. She goes to work. She didn't get the position. She didn't get the position that she wanted. Her boss, which is the doctor, and like the girl Deb, they in there flirting away. She's super pissed off. And as they're actually talking, hold on, wait. Oh no, now I'm jumping ahead. So within this actual scenario, Allison goes back home. She's ticked off, and Corey pulls up to the actual house, but he's already in his super Michael Myers vibes as he pulls up in the actual yard. Staring off at the house, looking, and Lori, she sees him, and then she walks down the steps, and she's like, "Man, where you going? Where you going?" Go ahead, Jack.
Callback from the original movie, which I thought
Mm-hmm.
was cool because Lori automatically, she was just like, "Here he go, trying to be like Mike."
Yeah,
this is familiar.
He wanna be like Mike. So, Jazz, this apology that he gave to Allison, would you have accepted this young brother back into your life?
With all the stuff he got going on, he wouldn't have been in my life.
That's not what I asked you, Jazz. We're not going into that scenario. We're just gonna say this apology that he gave to you, which you had. Was that a good apology? That's it.
I mean, possibly.
All right, so now he got you back. Y'all go out into the world. Now he told you he killed somebody. How are you responding now?
You know? So I would have been like, wait. Say that again?
911?
Yeah, I'm not going with him. Like,
yeah. And didn't she embrace him after he told her?
Well,
Like,
I think it's because when he told her that, she was thinking of the little boy. Because he definitely killed that little boy. And not the homeless man he killed the night before. So maybe she embraced him because she already knew he had a body.
I think that's what I was thinking too, because then right after that, he takes her to the house where the family was, where he murdered.
This is so fucking weird.
I just want to know how
I told you
it's with no glasses. Like he's driving a bike at night with no glasses.
Chris, like, I'm telling Chris, we don't wait, Chris. There was never an acknowledgement of him not being able to see. There was never. He just wore glasses. That doesn't mean he can't see. You think people with you? There are people that wear glasses that can't see without them.
You do have those people, but you also see those same people squinting.
I'm one of them.
Jason Coppin, please, for Corey.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
You can't thirst over Allison 1 week, and then we come back and you. I'm calling it out. I'm calling.
It's not thirst.
Allison? No.
I'm defending so many white people.
No, we talk about there you go. I should have seen this coming with Helen Hunt. Like that was a sign. You got something going on with the whites, man. What's going on?
But for real, if she's gonna be in this new Twister film, that I might need to go see that.
We're never going to
see it too. We're never. We have to.
We have to.
Because Chris, that's been a thing. That's been a thing since
Twister was a really good movie. But
aside from the cow and the tornado, that's horrible.
You gotta have that.
They probably put like a shark in the new one though to call back the Sharknado or something. Like
no,
they got to.
Have y'all seen Sharknado?
No.
Nah, I'm not that crazy, Chris.
Is that crazy?
You seen it, Chris?
Yeah, I've seen Sharknado. Sorry. Yeah, no. Yeah. Shut up,
so within this, I almost got kicked off of here. Boy, what's going on here? But Lori, she goes to visit Corey's mother. That definitely didn't fare well within that scenario with Corey and the actual mom. She basically says, because Michael Meyers was no longer around after he'd slain up the whole town, they needed a new person to point to, which, like I said, the small towns, they do typically embrace people. And we see it like in Stranger Things. A lot of these movies that we have with the older towns, you have where the people are pretty, like I said, they're pretty close-knit within the actual town. But of course, you have a mass murderer on the actual loose and nobody seems to have caught this person. They just went scot-free within that situation. The next person that does something, the town kind of turns their back within that scenario. And of course, all that blame is being, again, sent back onto Lori, who's at this point, she's trying to heal from the entire situation. She's bawling, she leaves the actual house. So Jeremy and Allison, they go out to eat.
Corey.
Jeremy and Allison. I said Jeremy, you're right. Corey and Allison, they go out to eat.
Number of things wrong with Jeremy and Allison without the eat. Number of different things would be wrong.
Isn't he dead? Isn't she too old for him?
Yeah.
Man, hey, look,
strikes.
Man. So they're out to eat. And Doug, I think we just discussed this about people, but now this was super inappropriate with how Doug approached him. Chris, you Corey, you at dinner with your girl Allison. The ex-boyfriend pulls up to the table. How you responding in this situation?
you gotta stand up and be like, I know you see me. Like, speak up. I think the non-confrontational way would just be like, like, just say something to make your presence felt. Corey's a full-blown killer at this point, so he does his thing. And I'm also trying to figure out how he can read the menu. But
Kris,
this is so confusing to me. I'm confused.
Kris, so Kris, this is we're gonna go in. This is the direction we're gonna go in this. So whenever somebody is a killer or a mass murderer, whenever they begin to become this, they inherit some powers.
Stop.
No. So when you put the Scream outfit on, you are now a super villain. So you have a few powers. It's true.
Jason.
They begin shot. No bulletproof. Billy was getting shot up. No bulletproof vest.
Jason,
he's
when was
still
Billy
going.
Getting shot?
Billy did get shot.
At the end of the movie, he got shot like 8 times. I was like, man, he got
shot in the shoulder. Go back and look at it.
He got shot more than once.
Roman got shot like a bunch of times.
Roman had
a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, Billy, nah.
Billy didn't.
Go back and watch. She shot him. The head. That was the last one that she did. She didn't just shoot him in the head one time.
She shot him in his shoulder. Then he passed out, and then Randy came back in, and then they were over Billy's body, and then he tried to jump up, and then she shot him in the head.
Man, look.
Go back and watch it.
The horror movies allow these people to have abilities normal people don't.
No, you just need to shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to Michael, though, that's not enough. Like, what they did for Michael is exactly.
Interestingly enough, I just, looked up the deaths of Billy and Stu, and the movie that's on is Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis in the closet. That's very.
Yeah.
Shout out to that.
So within this scene, but within this scene, it kind of sets the tone for who, the motivations for Corey, because he's talking to Allison and she pretty much tells him to burn the town down. He said, if you tell me to do it, I'm gonna do it. And he tells her to burn the town. So it's like, now you're aiding and abetting this serial killer, and he's doing this, but you're okay with it.
Do you think she knew for real?
Yes. He knew. You know what? I don't know if she knew to the magnitude of what he meant when he was actually going to burn the town down. But he meant that literally. I think she meant like burn it and let's go, like type situation. But yeah,
I was curious how they even got on this topic, because I guess I'm going on a date with somebody. It's been 2-3 days, talking about burning down the town that we live in. It seems kind of strange. Like a lot of red flags.
Yeah, but again, that trauma bond between them. But the initial conversation he was having was like, "Why are you even still here?" And she was like, "I have to be here for my grandmother." And he basically tried to turn her against her. And I guess she hadn't even had it at this point, and that was enough for her to go ahead and be like, "Yeah, nah, that's fine. That works for me. Let's get it out." So he takes her home. She said, "You want to come in?" And he was like, "Nah, I got something to do. Maybe another time." And I'm assuming he tracked Doug following him.
Had to.
He had to have spotted him, which horrible cop, by the way.
All you gotta do is look behind you.
Yeah.
He was like 3 to 4 miles behind him.
He on a motorcycle though, so he can't see, right, Kris? Nah, get Kris out of here.
So the motorcycle should have little mirrors,
bro.
On the things.
You ever driven a motorcycle, Jazz?
Have I?
Yeah.
Nah. Do I want to? Yeah. Don't do that.
Think so.
I've been on the back of one before.
I'm good on that life. Okay. Kris, you ever rode a motorcycle before?
Nah, I think I'm good on that too. I mean, I would do it, but as far as like being up, nah.
Yeah, nah, I'm good on that. So he lures Doug to the alley, back to the bridge pass, to the actual sewer. He tries to fight him. He loses the fight, of course. He goes into the actual tunnel.
Jason.
And they go Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy on Doug.
Jason, at this point in this movie, were you still in there like, oh, this is fire?
Within the movie, I was trying to No, honestly, I was like, man.
Thank you.
I was like, man, I don't know the direction they going
That's what I'm saying.
within this, like, but again, Michael on his last leg. So Michael doing what he was doing, it was like he needed it, and it was like a senzu bean for Michael. He slit his throat. He started shaking this.
So killing people gives Michael his strength, basically. What's happening?
That's like you feed that addiction.
No.
He began to turn up.
No, Kris.
Jazz, you saying no? What are you saying? Jazz? No. This could be literally answered in Halloween Kills. This man was like going ham.
Michael was tired because he could not get no food. He was in the daggone sewage for 2 to 3 years. That's what happens when you don't get good nourishment. If Michael would have had a side chick that was feeding him, he could continue his killings.
Why the main chick can't feed him? Why did it be a side chick?
A dude like Michael gotta have a side. He can't have a main because
I mean, obviously, Laura the main. So I mean, I don't know who the side might be.
How did we get here?
Jazz and her toxicity. It's enough between Corey and Allison, and she don't like the union. So I don't understand. She's not toxic enough for them, or she don't like they toxic.
Jason, are you saying you support their union?
I do not. I do not support the union. But that has nothing to do with me. We talking about you looking for the toxicity in this situation, and you have it, and you don't want it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll be sure.
I don't know where he went with this.
Yeah,
I was just saying. But then
he cop pleas for Corey. So.
I'm not. There is no plea. There are no pleas cops in this situation. So with Doug, they slit his throat. Corey is holding Doug. The knife is almost a representation of Michael, is how old and rusted it is within this. But of course, Michael being strong as he is, he's able to stab, and as he's stabbing, it's like he rejuvenates himself.
So let's make a note of that. Michael is strong. Let's just remember that.
He's strong. No, he's not strong.
It's gonna be debunked in like 10 minutes.
That's what I said. You just say he's getting stronger, so let's remember that. But after this, Jason, it's okay, Jason. We can say that. It's okay.
What? I didn't say nothing. Okay. I didn't say nothing. So after this, Allison, just like Billy, he went to go visit his lover after killing the neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh my God. Same jacket and all. Blood on him. He
didn't even take no shower or nothing.
Went to go see his girl, and he asked her, "Did Michael allow you to leave, or did you escape?" And she kind of tells him, "No, my mom helped me." These
are all red flags. Allison is such an idiot.
That's what I don't understand. Go ahead. There's like 4 things I don't understand about this movie so far, but that's okay.
What are they?
Okay, first of all, how can Corey see? That's been bugging me the whole movie.
That's like you have to let that go, Kris. It's not Jazz without glasses. So come on. Let's move forward.
That was a necessary shot.
No, it wasn't. It was necessary.
But then he gets thrown off the bridge, and there's like, he's just okay. Like, that was a pretty high bridge that Corey fell off of.
Why is Michael dragging people in the sewage? Like,
he's
why?
Weak. Like, maybe he's trying to read. I guess that gives theory to the he's getting stronger thing, but then it gets debunked in a few minutes. So I don't understand that either. But
I'm just like, if you wanted a body, it was a homeless man right there in a tent. You could have killed him. I just
kill it. That sounds bad, but hey. But then, like, the relationship between Allison and Corey, everything's Corey. Like, it all boils back to Corey. I'm not a fan of Corey.
I told you got a new.
But that was debunked as well.
What's that?
Go ahead, Jason. We'll get there. Just remember,
it's not.
Michael Strong. Let's remember Michael Strong for now, because I'm so confused. Like,
man. So then we go back to the actual job, and we have Deb and Allison there talking, and she was like, "Oh my God, this is a perfect love story. You're in love. The freak show is in love with the psycho," and she was like, "Man, what if your mother what if your grandmother would have fell in love with Michael? That would have been the same exact situation, and she snaps out, which is why which is I was like, I feel like that's why they killed that thing of them being siblings because of this
because
actual
when
line.
she said that, I said, they siblings, you nasty hoe. But
Because maybe she watch House of Dragons. You never know. No, you don't think so? They could have put that line in here. The show was created. It wasn't out, but it was created.
Well, you know, we've come to realize a lot of these studios just be throwing different shit at each other just to reference one another. So,
hey, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Just so it'll come out around the same. That's a nice promo for their TV show. Push somebody to go watch it during that time. Yeah. So, like I said, at this point, Lori is upset. She wants this union to be broken up. She's trying to get an eye on it, although she's the one that created it in a sense. She goes to the bar. She's talking to Lindsay, and Lindsay introduces her to Roger. This was the father of the kid that was actually killed, and he was just saying he could, before the incident, Corey was a nice kid, innocent kid, super sweet. But now when he's seeing Corey, he can just see it in his eyes. He's a different person. He's heading down an actual dark path. And then he, basically asked the question, was it the town that made him do, was it the town that made him do what he did? Or was it just something that was always in him? And I feel like it was a little bit of both. What y'all think? Or what you got, Jay?
No. Stop trying to blame everything else for what you did. Like, blaming the town? Can you imagine how many places where they'd be like, oh, I've committed this crime because the city was bad? What?
No.
So I see what Jason's. That's not
where we're going, Jazz. Him killing that kid was on him. We're talking about after he killed the kid, who he became after that scenario. He was the freak show to everybody within that town. They looked at him as a kid murderer within that.
I guess if y'all were in that situation that Corey was in, wouldn't you think everybody would see you as that? Or would
I would hope
everybody be forgiven.
I would hope somebody would hear me out within that situation personally, but that's it's typically not how it goes, especially in small towns. You know how Woodsboro is. They hate. Sydney is hated in that town. I know that.
She be bringing money to them though. But then again, she got half of them killed. So there's that.
Look at what she brings to that town. Look at what she brings to that town. Keep this crazy woman out of here. Exactly. What you got? What you should say, Kris?
What were we just talking about with Corey?
Him
in town.
Yeah, no, so I see what Jason's trying to say because he killed the kid. Everyone's turning against him. He feels like he's innocent, which he feels that he was provoked. And then it just maybe some resentment builds up. He's getting bullied, just maybe that. I don't think it's enough to turn into a full-blown serial killer.
So,
it's not.
Him turning now, so within this, I am not justifying him being a killer. My only thing is, as far as him becoming dark, I guess more so, because he was still pretty cool. He was still pretty cool, but they just kept on pushing and kept on pushing. And like we said, we see this. This is the same exact story with Joker. The Joker movie that Kris hates. Also, it makes me think of you seen Jason Goes to Hell? Y'all seen that? How that was passing that energy to each person. They were becoming Jason throughout the movie. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I seen that bum ass movie.
It was a bum movie, but that has nothing to do with what I am acknowledging here, Jazz. I also think it was a bum ass movie, but okay. Then we have the tag team match at Dr. Mathis's house. Kris, what do you think about this scene?
I was sort of confused at why he killed the doctor, but I guess
did you not? So you didn't get the motivation then for Corey, right? Jazz, what did you think about it?
He killed everybody that was bringing issues to Allison's life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, she's a grown woman. She can handle it. I didn't get this. I didn't get it, Jason. I'm sorry. I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. Like, there's no reason for full blown crazy like this.
Kris, what killer do you? So, give me your top 3 killers you justify for doing their killing.
I don't justify any of the serial killers, but the motive.
Okay, so give me. Okay, so Give me the motives of the killers you are okay with. Give me the 3 killers, the motives they're okay with. Which one are they?
I'm not okay with the motives.
Then what the fuck are you talking about,
No,
Kris?
they just have to make sense. Okay.
Give me the killer that makes sense.
Let's take Scream, for example.
Okay.
Everything was Billy. He was mentally off. Same with Stu. Roman, as we saw later on, used that to his advantage because of what happened with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
His mother was killed, right? So that, like your mom getting killed, you go crazy because you're already mentally off. Instead of doing everything yourself initially, you find 2 other mentally off people. And then it carried on because, Billy Loomis's mom and blah, blah, blah. Cool. That makes some sense. It does. I'm not justifying it.
Kris. Wait, who mom got killed again?
Roman.
Who killed Roman mama?
Billy, then, right?
Okay, so what was the motivation of that situation? I want you to give me
why issues.
This nigga got mommy issues. What are you talking about?
It's not the same though. He's doing this for Allison, and I'm not buying this. He's doing this for Allison. And
I'm within this scenario, Kris. You're not going to find me a killer where you're gonna be like, okay, I can see why that would have been okay within this. Nigga, go to therapy. Go talk to the school counselor. Your mama left your daddy. You can go see your mama. So she isn't dead. You went to kill your girlfriend's mama because she was fucking your daddy, and then you killed all your best friends. At least this nigga was killing people that was fucking up what he felt was messing up his girlfriend's life. Within that. Now, again, Corey has more motivation than what Billy, Roman, or any of these niggas got that you just named. I need another killer, sir.
Corey has more motivation than Billy Loomis?
Yes. Billy wasn't getting picked on. Billy wasn't getting bullied. None of these situations. Billy just went crazy. He started messing with his girlfriend and her best friends.
Jason.
Yes, Jazz.
Are you trying to sit up here and justify that?
I am not justifying.
Let me finish my question. Are you saying that Corey had a better motive than, let's just say, Roman?
For sure he did.
Bruh, come on.
For sure. Roman wanted to kill the woman. What, he wanted to kill the woman because he didn't know his mama? Nigga, what?
Roman wanted to kill his mother because she abandoned him.
Right. That's completely different.
Oh my God. That's so now I need my mama Hey, look, you know what? Bump this.
But
Hey, look.
You saying it in a way.
Look what your mama was doing with my dad. Look what your mama did.
Corey teamed up with Michael Meyers.
It makes more sense. I'm not justifying any one of them. Corey's situation make more sense because again, we can go with the Joker. With watching the Joker movie, Joker was getting bullied. He wasn't messing with anybody throughout that entire situation. He seen one girl getting bullied. He killed like 8 niggas in the subway with a gun. He just shot these niggas in the head, and after he did that just started motivating him to just go global within this situation. I mean, everybody's a serial killer. So I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Are you saying that Corey's motive makes more sense because it wasn't a selfish act? He did it for somebody else and not himself. Is that what you're saying? Because compared to, let's say, Billy was for self. Billy wanted revenge. Ronan wanted the same thing. They didn't set up all these kills for somebody else. Like you're saying that Corey is doing. Because Corey...
I'm smarter than Corey.
Actually, if you think about it, though, Corey killed people for Allison and he killed people for himself.
He did. So he killed people that was bullied. But he didn't.
Right.
He wasn't killing random people though.
The old man.
The homeless
man attacked him. So we're not going to use that one.
And then he brought those kids to his dad's job, which got his dad killed because his dad was basically trying. He didn't kill his dad, but his dad got in front of the bullet.
Yeah, so that was, but he told the guy. But I mean, within that scenario again, the people that he killed, it was more. All I'm saying is his kills were more just than Billy and Stu. They were literally killing their best friends.
Do we know that they were best friends?
Wait, what? Hold on.
Look at the cops. Look at the police. Look at the please. So we need
Yeah,
another. We need another killer. I'm just saying he was killing random. He was just killing people messing with him versus somebody doing something, within that scenario. Like everybody kept bullying him, picking on him. The guy on the radio station was messing with him, like public. Like, come on. It's not just. I'm just saying his motives made more sense than anybody you're gonna name at this point. It's gonna be anybody that you can name. And you picked Scream. You could have picked another movie. I don't know why you picked
I guess
Scream.
I can use
just because we discussed it at the top of the show.
Have y'all seen the movie Urban Legend?
I have.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
Her motive was the simple fact that the girl that she had been going after was in a car accident 2 years prior that killed her fiance. So she was killing all of them to avenge her fiance. Ooh. So could you say that?
I know what you did. I know what you did last summer. That was definitely
because they killed.
They tried to kill him. That would have been just that.
He was in the middle of the street. He didn't have no blinkers on, so you was just in the wrong place, wrong time. That's valid.
Jigsaw.
They hit him with a car, Jigsaw. And then they threw him in the water.
Would you rather than leave him in the street?
I would have rather you call the police and say, "Hey, I made an accident and we hit a man."
I mean, you got to take that up with them. But
he said, "What about Jigsaw, Kris? Jigsaw was grabbing people who he felt didn't have a purpose in life and putting them in a life-altering situation
to make not a them purpose feel in like life. Him. He was trying to teach them to appreciate the life because they were doing things
that's justification to make me have to cut my darn leg off because you're upset that you have cancer.
Appreciate your life."
All right, Kris, you wildin'. I see what
you've been copping please for Corey this whole show, but
only thing I said was the glasses is not a big thing. Now, if Kris become a serial killer, you see what his motivations will be. It won't be about nothing. So we got to be careful with Kris.
I mean, I guess that would make his if his goal is to get a higher body count, then that would benefit him a lot. You don't want your victims to be in any kind of link together. No, because that's how you get caught.
If I was a horror movie villain, I'm going right to Little Rock. Just for this episode. What did
I do to you? What's wrong with you see this? Crazy.
He's so scared. He got scared.
Because what was that for? What you coming to Little Rock for?
Nah.
Kris, let's be honest. There are no flights out of where you live at going to Little Rock. So
do you have an airport?
That's not true. I took that flight. You tried it, Buster.
Can we get back on the movie, please?
So we're back in the actual movie,
Buster
right?
So funny.
Yeah, old man.
I'm being respectful with my co-host. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Jason.
So we at this actual house. The doctor he just promoted the girl he's having sex with. Of course, nepotism. This got to be against some kind of law or some kind of practice to be sleeping with this woman. The lady is trying to get ready for the shower. I thought we were gonna get a psycho kill scene in the actual shower, but it was a fake out. And this guy's by the pool, and Corey is going crazy with the corkscrew and just got this man's head in a bag and just busting him in the face. What did you think about this kill, Jazz?
It was okay. I wasn't too impressed with it. I mean, you put a bag over his head and you ramming the corkscrew. I'm like, oh, okay. It was
It was very, all these kills in the movie was very personal. It was definitely like a true slasher. No guns being used in this one. They acknowledged that early in the movie. Kris, what did you think about the kill?
This one was cool, but it wasn't my favorite. We get into
we got a favorite in here.
Yeah, my favorite kill.
And then we got, Michael. He's able to snatch up the doctor. I mean, the nurse in the actual room and stab her through the actual wall. It looked like his hand was a little off, but
do you think they took an Uber to get to this house?
Bro,
how they get there?
Jazz, do not do that. Come on, Michael. You know Michael Meyers can drive cars. You know that. Now how they got around? I don't know that. I don't. That part I don't know.
You Maybe think they was on Corey's motorcycle?
Nah, they wasn't on there.
Do you think Michael had his arms wrapped around Corey?
Bro, just imagine that
No,
visual of
listen,
Michael
no,
Myers
Kris.
on a- it's like,
Now look. We ain't never asked how Amber was catching bodies in Scream 5 when Sis was in the house and she at the hospital at the same time killing people. We didn't ask them questions how they were moving around.
so with the hospital one, I still think that was the other guy.
Richie
was there with them.
No, you're talking about. I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about the one where he was back at the wherever he was on the laptop.
He was at the hotel, but I think Richie definitely attacked Sam the first time in the hospital.
Yeah.
But as in Dewey, that was definitely Amber.
Yeah, Amber caught that body.
That bitch was getting bodies before a day.
And they, like I said, they was moving they was going from place to place. I don't like how y'all doing it.
That's a little bit more realistic than this. To me.
But Jason, can you imagine?
Because they have masks on there, like you don't know who they are.
Can you imagine Michael Myers and Corey walking down the street? Because this house is in the suburbs, so it's like long streets to get there.
So I don't see.
And do you think they were walking together? Were they having a conversation?
So how many times have y'all? It's like I don't. Have y'all been to a small town? Because y'all both are from bigger cities, from larger cities than I am. But even where I am, it's larger than what a actual small, like a town with population of 5,000. It's in and out, so everybody stays by each other. The bigger houses are just right there, and it's typically walking distance from all of these houses.
I mean, yeah, no.
It's like 10 movies you can go and watch this town. The town's not big.
He's Black not. Was one too.
It's you know what I'm saying. It's not like they going to a crazy. She was on a bike going everywhere, just on a 10-year-old just zooming through the whole town on the bike, going in circles.
I have so many questions about this movie. To be honest,
no.
This your time to ask him.
I know he here.
I mean, I've asked a couple, but the big one that we're gonna get to, we're not there yet with Michael and Corey.
Gotcha.
Because I just.
All right, so Corey and Allison, they're on top of the radio. They're pretty much talking about different stuff, and he's telling her about the radio tower that's lighting up in red. It gave me mind flayer vibes at first, and I was like, man, it's kind of cool how they off the Stranger Things how it's actually lighting up. And then he tells her he wants to run away, but he wants her to go with him. He can't do it by himself. And as he's telling her this, he jumps off the actual building just like on some super insane stuff, and they fall to the ground, and we run into Karan or the DJ at this actual time. And the DJ is like talking stuff, and like I said, the town's so small, everybody knows everybody. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't take much in this, and social media not going to help in the town this small. Like, it's going to be even more amplified within that situation. He said something slick to Allison, basically motivating him to have to kill the DJ at some point. And then we see, and that's what's that?
Motivate him?
Jazz, you just said he killed anybody that say something wrong towards her, and that's just what he was doing in the movie. Anybody that said something that Allison didn't like and he told her, he was going after them, right or wrong.
She might have gotten an argument with her best friend. Wasn't even nothing that serious.
Her best friend, new man. Her best friend died 4 years ago. She ain't got.
I know.
I mean, Sydney went through this too. Everybody. I mean, they all go through it. Lori lost hers. I mean, she lost her daughter and brother, son-in-law as well. As Allison and Corey are leaving the radio station, we see Lori she's following, seeing where they're going within this scenario. Corey, he heads back to the house, and as he heads back home, his mama, she's upset. I can smell her all over you. And at this point, I don't know if she wants this kid at this point. You know, she slaps the taste out of his mouth, then she kisses him in the actual mouth, and and she tells him, you know, if you're gonna leave, you need to leave now. And his dad pretty much said, I hope you do. You know, I hope you find love. And at this point, Corey is sleeping in the house where he killed the kid on the actual floor. Was this crazy? Weird. Was this crazy to y'all?
It was. Was it the same spot that the kid plopped in?
Same exact spot he fell on.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah. He wilding. He wilding. But then Lori is sitting there, on the actual chair, leaning up against one. I like the scene between them
too.
in here, like the way her chair was beating up against the table with that tenseness in that situation. They have a nice dialogue. She throws a little paper plane, which is just a callback to the kid because that's what he was into. That's what he kept on wanting to do, build the airplanes. And at this point now, Corey is making this aria list of people, and now Lori is the last name that he wants to have. that he's having on the list, and they go back to the callback to when they first met, and she was saying, "You got to stay away from her because I want more or I want better for her. But I want to be able to help you, or if I can't, I can at least try to find somebody that can actually help you." And he was, he's going through, and he was like, I guess this answer is like, I'm the psycho and you the freak show within this scenario. And she pulls a Michael Myers. Yeah, a Batman, Michael Myers. I was going with Michael Myers. I wasn't going Batman. She pulls a Michael Myers and she just disappears, and he's like looking for her. He plays off key on the piano.
So how did y'all feel about this scene?
With them in the house?
Yes.
I liked it. I personally liked it.
I liked it. It just showed it was unsettling. Just pretty much him in the house and then in the spot where the kid, landed.
It was his whole thing of like, if I can't have her, nobody can.
I don't understand how they're like. The relationship, it didn't seem like the buildup was off. It was off.
Like I understand Lori's position, but then I also feel like her execution was just was wrong. But then, do y'all feel like he was setting her up?
He tried to. That's what he was aiming to do. Right. To try to. So if it's like, if this don't work, I got it. This is my plan within this situation. He was working against what she was trying to do in that situation. So yeah, that's for sure what he was going for. And he reaches out to her, basically tell her, we got to leave tonight, 9:00. We out of here. Your grandmother's trying to kill me, and this ain't gonna be what you got.
That just seems so weird. Like, somebody call you talking about that you dating, like, oh, your grandmother wants to kill me. I'm not leaving with you. I need to know context. I need to know what's going on. And plus, if we leave, who's about to work? Because I got a better job than you. So you want me to just quit my job and start over on a motorcycle to go with you where? It's just
he's a mechanic. He can fix a car up until you figure out something.
What?
Even the mechanic thing is kind of like, it's very convenient.
She works in the medical field. Sis, you can make good money. You just about to leave?
But she didn't get the promotion, so.
That's because she wasn't sleeping with her boss. The potential is there.
We don't promote that on this podcast.
I was saying the potential of her being successful is there, but she couldn't be because the other girl was sleeping with her boss.
She obviously got some good because Corey he was killing for her, so he was ready to die for her. Together? They did.
Yes.
Okay.
He came back to the house.
And Lori was outside looking at them through the window. Are y'all bringing somebody to sleep with to y'all grandparents' house?
It just seems, I don't know. That's okay. Go ahead, Jason. Because I want to get to this one scene. I need answers from Jason, so we can get there.
I feel like Jason's not gonna have none.
Are we almost there? Are we there?
We're about to get there. So okay. Corey is fed up, so now he heads back to the tunnel. Kris. Go ahead, Kris.
I need your mask. Cool. Like, you see the mask, right? Okay. Iconic mask. I'll give him that. Like, everyone knows Michael Myers. Michael Myers has survived gunshot wounds. He's been like all of this stuff. And Corey, who got beat up by 4 teenagers, is able to overpower Michael Myers and take his mask in the sewer.
Kris.
Come on. Jason.
Michael has already had to go through all these things. So now he's at the end of these things.
Corey got beat up by high school seniors. He's like 20. How old is he? Like 23?
23, 22, something like that. But come on, Kris, that's not fair, bro.
And we did see
if you Halloween, you don't know about that. But in Halloween Kills, Michael Myers has lost half of his hand. Michael Myers has been shot. He has been hit with an axe. He's been hit with a car. He's been jumped and beat with baseball bats in the middle of the street. Ain't got no medical attention. This brother leg, I don't know how this brother's still hanging on. He should have died then.
Didn't he get burned alive before? Didn't he get burned before?
Not within this one, no.
Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
There is no excuse,
bro,
as to why Corey should have been able to take his mask. Because when we've been seeing 40 years where nobody has been able to take this man's mask off, but Corey,
you are referring to 40 years. You think he's gonna be the same in 40? You think he'll have the same energy, strength, and power after 40 years? Like
Chris Dom does, and it's been 20. So
it's 20. Jazz 20. Go. Okay, so if that's the route you want to go,
Jason,
Halloween H2O. That man was pulling himself up with one hand off of a tightrope. If we go in 20 years, at least at 40, Jazz, I'm 32 now. At 40, I'll be all right. At 60, I don't know what energy I'm gonna have at
Jason.
that point. What?
No.
What you mean no?
They was in there wrestling. Michael wasn't giving him no type of strength. They was in there wrestling, having a wrestling match. I thought it was two siblings playing with each other. And then Michael took forever to sit back up.
That man is dead almost. Jazz, come see. This is what I'm talking. See, y'all not being realistic here. This man is 60, 70 years old. This man ain't got it like that.
You said Michael Strong?
No. I said it looked as if he rejuvenated.
You said he got his powers after everybody.
It looked like he was getting powers. I didn't say shoot. It was obviously no. He's still on his last leg. He couldn't do nothing. Corey swings me like a rag.
Bro, come on, man. This is Michael Myers. Come on, Jason.
No, we not, but no, we gotta we have to be realistic here. Yes,
Jason.
He was grown in
Jason, is this your hero? Is this your king?
No,
Jazz,
look, Jazz. He was grown in 1978. Come on, wait. He was a grown man in 78.
Yo, come on, man.
You reaching, Jason.
What's the reach?
I love it.
What's the reach?
This is giving me the energy you thought them bodies was giving Michael.
Am I off?
It was a 2-minute scuffle between a guy who couldn't see at the beginning of the movie.
You know it wasn't no 2 minutes.
Bro, hey, look,
35 seconds.
I'm being generous.
But within that, it ain't like he overpowered he was able to trip him. It took the mask off and he ran out.
So you mean to tell me it just take a trip to get Michael masked?
So 40 years.
Freddie ain't never been out like that.
Freddie, come on, Jazz. Come on, Jazz. Nah, we're not using Freddy Krueger in this situation, bro. We're not using nobody. We're not using nobody. Bro, we're not using nobody in Scream. Everybody in Scream is 18 allegedly. We talking about 40 years past your time. After you've been shot, stabbed, lost ligaments, beat with baseball bats, hit by cars, burnt up. No, it's not the same. Come on now. We gotta be realistic here, man. The man ain't got no medical attention.
So you saying this is Michael Myers' Logan movie?
Yes, that would be a perfect scenario. He is in his Logan era.
Yo, compare
his rejuvenation. His rejuvenation ain't happening no more. His knife is on. He ain't even got this blaze no more. He got one little bit of knife and he got rust on it.
Look, man, it's just the romance. Well, we're not at the end yet, but
yeah. So within this, Corey gets this man. Jason. He go. It's not. I don't like within that. Like if we gonna get there because y'all is playing. Y'all not gonna play me like this right now.
You copy please with Corey, bro. He's not even a legacy captain.
I'm talking about Michael right now. You're talking about why he wasn't able to. What was Michael supposed to do? Michael didn't do nothing the entire movie. Dude had a cameo in his own movie.
So like Doctor Strange.
Basically, like come on. So Corey, he goes. I don't know how you find these kids, but they keep going to the same convenience store. I don't know. He carves Psycho in the car and then he leads them into the actual junkyard. What did y'all think about this junkyard scene with Corey? Y'all didn't like this? You didn't like this neither, guy? Dog.
You bringing danger to your father or stepfather.
Who cares, Jazz? He brought them because your favorite movie is about how people killed another girl mama about they mama leaving. So we done with parents. We know parents get killed. So
but the stepfather didn't leave. He didn't do anything wrong.
He did. He was a bystander because he told the kid to sit down and the kid did not do it. So that's the end of his life. So we done with parents. Parents get killed. So what do y'all think about the junkyard scene? If y'all didn't like it, just say that. You didn't like it, Jazz? You say that?
I mean, it was straight.
Did you like the kills, Jazz?
I thought when sis was on the fence, and then when the car ran her over, I thought she was out of here. But obviously not. Her friends were trying to save her. Look, just run away. If that's me on that fence, run away, because there's somebody trying to kill us, and one of our homeboys already dead. Somebody needs to tell our story. Just leave. But no, she's just like, oh no, he's after us. And then he's like, are you alive? And she looking like, Michael is behind you. He's about to kill you. And I'm just sitting here like, no fucking way. Like idiots. You would think they know how to survive a situation like this because he's killed 50% of your town. So y'all should take a course on how to survive a Michael Myers film if you lived in this town. But
yeah, Mike Myers 101. Yeah.
Right. You needed to graduate.
They did. To heaven. Chris, what you got?
It was cool. The kills were okay. I'm just still.
I'm gonna be honest. So Chris, what was your favorite kill, brother?
The DJ. When the DJ got killed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The
okay,
black man?
Okay,
yeah. I want you.
Jason, the last person to talk. Please
acknowledge that.
How is the black man's death your favorite kill, my brother?
He got his tongue, chopped out. He was using his tongue to bash Corey.
We don't damage tongues around here. They too sacred. You know, Chris, what is wrong with you?
Look at what Jazz thinking about.
I'm just thinking about appreciation.
Man, so within here, so at the junkyard, right? So
tongue appreciation is funny.
He so within here, he takes the drumstick, he runs it in the guy who always has the drumstick eye. The girl in the car, I don't know why her ass tried to run and jump the fence. She should have just busted right and made Corey run through the fence. That's what I would have done. So she gets hit as she's trying to jump over it. And then he beats the girl with a wrench. He beats the black girl with a wrench. He beats her to death. But
we don't see that. We see the aftermath, which I wasn't mad at that.
Don't show me her getting beat, bro.
I think she was the only one deaf we didn't see.
We didn't see the guy with the drum. We seen him with you see the aftermath with it in his eye because he never pulled the car back when they was calling him. Of course, the other kid, Billy, I believe it was Billy. I believe that was his name. He went. He kind of looked like the Casey's boyfriend in the first movie. That's what he kind of looked like. But anywho, he goes to the dad. As he's in the action room, he gives him a shotgun. I don't know why he did that, but cool. He gives him a shotgun. He takes a gun. He goes out there to look at what's going on in this situation. And as he's trying to see it, he sees the girl up under the car, and then he sees Corey. He's like, "Corey, that's you." And then you see the kid pull the gun up, and he's like, "I got you now. He shoot. Like, I don't know why he just shot the gun. Like the gun was going to be able to get. I'm just saying the gentleman was a little larger. I don't think the bullets would travel around him the way he was shooting. He shoots him right in the head, and Corey disappears.
He got good aim, but I wouldn't have stood up. But I get why he stood up, because he's just like, that's my son.
Yeah, so. trying to protect his stepson. But yeah, I get it. He gets his head blown off, and then Corey takes a blowtorch and burns this man's face off. Which I wish they would have showed that, because that kid right there was just a different type of annoying.
I'm curious why they did that, because normally you see all the murders and everything in these type of films, but for this one to have us see a few and then the other ones are off screen, I'm curious as to why they took that route. Do y'all have any ideas?
budget, maybe. I don't know.
Nice. Okay, She-Hulk. Get out of here. So we have that, and then he goes to he goes to the DJ. He goes to the DJ. DJ is causing hysteria on the radio. He keeps on talking about these different deaths and murders, and then as he's at the actual DJ booth, he kills the lady that's in there. That's, I guess, the last people in the actual radio, and then he goes to the DJ, which he said he was gonna beat him up, but he didn't get no licks in. He didn't throw no pinches. No, he didn't pinch the guy. He didn't do nothing. He just kind of slammed his head. That's in one that now that didn't seem real to me. Like, he's slamming his face on the DJ booth. It would have broke before it cracked his face like that, I think.
Well, this movie is not it's not known for its realism, so there's that.
So yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, this movie lost me after that scuffle with Corey and Mike. I was just kind of like, okay, like, I'm finishing it because we're recording it, but
what?
It lost me at that point. I'm just like, come on, man. I said,
Jason
we're reviewing it, so let's
Jason is triggered.
It'd be all right.
I'm not. So Corey, at this point, he's I guess he stood Allison up because they were supposed to be leaving at this point, but they, he's not answering, he's not responding. Lori is trying to call Allison and tell her what's going on, but that's not happening within that situation as well. And it kind of looks as if she's going to kill herself. But I'm like, man, why would, you at the end of your movie, bro? Why would you do that? Like, that don't make no sense. She shoots the pumpkin. I guess she knew he was in the house, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
within that, so. And then she's like, you thought I was gonna kill myself? Shoots him. Of course, he's just a man for real. I don't know what the difference between him and Michael is. He gets shot. He falls off the balcony, and he's, at that point, he really ain't got nothing else in him to try to fight. And what you better say, Kris?
No, I did like this scene because we saw Lori make it made sense because Lori made the mention earlier where he's, he has the Michael tendencies and everything. So she knew that, the same way Michael would probably show up in the house, he did. So that made sense. So the little, fake me out with the suicide, that was cool.
So he hits the ground. And then what?
Just so abrupt. Like, a lot of people hitting the ground in this movie.
Yeah, he hit there. He gets shot. He falls off the balcony. He hits the ground. He's sitting there and they're having this conversation, and then he never fixed Allison's car, although that's what the reason that they was coming together for. He was supposed to be fixing the car, so he hears it as she's pulling back up to the actual house, and he was like, he's laughing because I guess he's at his last act within here, and he was like, if I can't have her, and he basically stabs himself in the neck with the actual butcher knife. What, Jazz?
So this scene irritated me, but I also feel like it was a setup because I think he knew if I kill myself, chances of Lori trying to take the knife out of my throat would be very high because he already told Allison earlier that day, your grandmother is trying to kill me. To where he knows if I kill myself, it's going to look like Lori did it. Lori loses her granddaughter. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, damn, this
so the whole
mother sucker.
So that was his whole thing.
Yeah, I think it was like a full-on setup. And then here go Lori taking a knife out of. I would have just let it sit there. I'd have been like, especially hearing her come in the house, I'm not putting my hands on that knife. So my fingerprints on it. So then I go to jail? No.
I don't think
see his body.
They weren't gonna take her to jail. They weren't gonna take her to jail. You can't. Come on, Jess. He's in her house. Like, I didn't invite this man in here. There would have been a nice little scenario within there. She had already called the police and told them she was gonna kill herself. So it wasn't that situation. She was pretty much cool. At that, then Allison, she tries to leave. Basically, she leaves and she sees that tower that he said he was gonna burn the town. He had already burnt it. So she knew, oh shit, it's not what I thought that situation really was. And then we get the final showdown between Mike and Lori. What did y'all think? Y'all hated this too? Kris, go ahead. You hated this too?
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was a little underwhelming.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it's 40 years later no more. Jazz, what did you think about this scene? Chris? What you want them to see? Go watch. When you go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, tell me how underwhelming that is. Then you come back and tell me what underwhelming is.
So you didn't like Texas? You didn't like that movie? That's what you're saying?
Horrible. Jazz, what you got?
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. No, I'm just saying. This is Halloween. This is the end. This is Halloween end.
It is.
Michael Myers end. Laurie is here. This whole thing. Why is Corey the main character of the movie?
Because this is what I said. What it was. It was supposed to be a new movie. We can't do the same movie for 40 years. Why wouldn't they change it? What draws you to the movie? Halloween kills. So the Halloween Kills. If this was your argument within that movie, I would have agreed with you because Jamie was all in that trailer and she was in 2 minutes of that movie. If that was your argument, then I would have said okay. In this one here, the draw of the movie is the man in the mask. That's it.
So far,
I mean, if that's what you want to call it,
I don't know. I just wasn't.
I get it. I mean, I get it. It's not for everybody. I love the divisiveness that this movie has brought everybody. Jazz, what did you think about this final standoff? You hated it too?
I didn't hate it. I mean, I thought it was straight. You can definitely see like that entire exchange because we've seen them go against each other before, and it was a lot more energy. And so with this one, it was a lot more slowed down because, as we all know, Michael is not to the speed that he has been. And so just to see her putting the knife through his hand and getting him confined on that table, Michael from 4 years ago would have like gotten that. He was like, psych, you thought you had me trapped.
It wouldn't have been nothing. It would have been nothing for him.
So, but then I definitely appreciated, and with this film, we saw Michael's mask come off twice. We've never seen that in films. We've always been teased of the mask coming off. And that was the majority of the time when Laurie was able to get away from him, she took his mask off. Because then he just get thrown off his shit. He'd be like, oh, let me not try to kill you, but put my mask back on.
Hold on, pause. Time out. Time out, Kev.
Y'all freeze, because I don't want you to see my face, even though I'm killing all your friends. It's his kryptonite, which is so weird to me, but I digress. But just to see it happen of Corey taking it, which I can understand Chris's frustration with that, because it's just like, this is a newcomer in this entire franchise, and this motherfucker took Michael's mask in 2 seconds. And then for Laurie to finally take the mask off, and it took her years. So if, like, I can understand certain people's like issue with the movie, and then I can of course understand people's love that they have for it. When she took his mask off, I wanted to see his face.
Yeah,
they're not gonna give you the whole. They're not gonna give you the whole thing. They're not gonna give you the whole thing.
I'm just like, between Michael and Jason, let's see them bum ass faces. Let's
get
a yearbook.
There's a Jay. You can see Jason's face.
I mean, you can see definitely when he's a kid.
I mean, no. There's a movie that his face actually shows.
Did he look like dude from Goonies? Do you remember Goonies?
Yeah. He kind of looked like him. Yeah, kind of looked like that.
Damn. Well, I can see why he was killing folks. But but yeah, I mean, I thought that exchange was cool, and then her going into it thinking that she's gonna die with the expectation that she's gonna die. Here come Allison. And I feel like Allison cannot be considered a final girl in this film because the killer wasn't after you. Your life was not in danger at all. So I would say in this movie, Jamie Lee Curtis is the final girl, Scream Queen, all of the above. But I thought I liked how it came together, and then I definitely appreciated that closing scene. But Jason, how did you feel about the match between Laurie and Michael?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I was glad we finally got that final standoff because we kind of jump around within this storyline. So Halloween H2O, I definitely thought that was it. Within that scene, she chopped his head off, but it wasn't.
They could have ended it. Like they could have ended that with.
It was, but they whoever redid the movie, they did the resurrection. So it wasn't him. He was able to put a mask on somebody and get them pinned up just the same way. And if we didn't have a problem there, we're not having problems at this point, 20 years later. So
I think with that twist in Halloween Resurrection, if Jamie would have came back for that film and if it was written better, I think that would have been a dope.
I mean, she came back. She died though.
Yeah, if she would have survived.
Yeah, she got killed in the intro of the movie,
which was kind of fucked up. But that twist I thought was cool because we sitting here like, wait, why we got another Halloween movie coming out? And it's just like she didn't really kill him, but then she dies at the beginning.
Yeah. So, So we at the end of this, they get him in, I guess small town. They said, "Now we gonna make this a spectacle." They put him on top of a car, tied him up, took him to the junkyard, dropped his body in the compactor to solidify this man is out of here. We don't really know what happens to. I mean, we know Corey supposedly was dead, but we don't know where Corey. They didn't do anything with him, but I would have probably treated him the same exact way personally. So I feel like that was kind of left open, although he's supposed to be dead, but who knows truly. And then we have, they finally get a closing. Everybody can get their closure within this. Lori gets her closure. Allison, she decides to go ahead and move anyway from the actual town. She leaves, and then Frank and Lori, they have their little send off as the movie, excuse me, as the movie ends. So Kris, well, I mean, should we even ask? Because I feel like you kind of explained why, because of
What, Jason? What question do you have for me? I'm curious.
The only question we have in this scenario is the one that we came here for, sir. Was it good though?
No, it wasn't good.
Got it.
It wasn't good. The whole, first of all, Corey being the main character didn't make sense for me. Their romance or whatever that was, how many days was this movie?
7.
How many days?
Yeah,
like the entire. I mean,
the entire movie. It was 3 years. I mean, I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not talking about
the relationship.
Yeah, like Corey and Allison. This had to be like 3 days or 2 days or something, right?
It had to be at least a week.
So you're telling me this guy and this woman met. They hit it off that much to the point in a week. He's like, if I can't have her, no one will. Like that's what happened.
Again, it's we have to go back into the entire movie when they talk about the social aspect. It goes back to the trauma bond, bro. You don't. So for you, Kris, you've never. I don't feel like you've really been in a toxic situation to be able to address the relationship of a toxic relationship to be able to actually acknowledge. We know Jazz. If you blink the wrong way, she's done. She's done with that situation. So within this, it was like I said, it's just like I get it. Like as far as relationship, I feel like that was the weakest part of the actual movie. The relationship, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't. But again, I've never been a victim of a mass murder, and I've never killed somebody to know what I'm gonna feel like in that. And how people would look at me in that situation. So if I take myself out of who Jason is and I put myself in this scenario, somebody that's attracted to me or they can deal with that and not be worried about this life or whatever it is, even with Michael not being dead, I don't know how I'm gonna treat that situation. So that's my process, my thought process in it.
I'm gonna say I didn't understand the whole connection between Corey and Michael because they kept also zooming in on Corey's hand as if that wound where he cut his hand with glass was healing very quickly because he kept like looking at his hand. So I just didn't understand
it was because of
Libra connection.
It was because of the infection, the Libra connection. It was because of the infection, Jazz. She kept on saying, like, you got to make sure you fix it before it get infected. And they said the infection was the evilness. That's what they kept on kind of allude to.
As if some of Michael's
I don't know. I didn't say nothing about Michael. I just said infection is like evil. So they just kept on alluding to infection, and that's what they kept on saying, like the evilness was infection.
If you don't have good insurance to get your cut stitched up, you could get infected with evil. Is that what you telling me?
Jason, it makes
I'm
no
not
sense.
saying. I'm
man.
not. I'm not
sorry.
saying. What don't make sense?
The movie.
I
It
mean,
didn't
I
make
get
sense.
it. I get it. Chris. I don't feel like the relationship was the movie. It's about a person who felt like he was being bullied and he took charge of the situation.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just blame COVID. How about that? I feel like they maybe.
No.
Halloween,
I feel like
Halloween,
they may have had a better.
Halloween kills is because of COVID, sir. This has nothing to do with COVID. This is post COVID.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say that.
we're still within COVID. COVID has nothing to do with this, so we're not blaming COVID.
No,
If
I'm
you
gonna
didn't like
say
the
that
movie,
because I feel like they
if you
had
didn't,
maybe a
if you
trilogy
didn't, no, if you didn't
in
like the
mind.
movie,
COVID
no,
messed things up because this was. It just felt sloppy. I wasn't a fan.
it felt sloppy.
So
I feel like this was a good trilogy to me. A good conclusion to a trilogy.
I will say this, and like I said in my reaction video, I definitely enjoyed it due to it being a slasher film. I think it was a very good slasher film. I'm not gonna think about logic situations because those don't really exist in a lot of these type of films. But I wish it was more kills, but I also feel like they were trying to get away from the full of kills.
Jason looks so scared.
More kills? How many people you want to die? I think more people died in here than in Scream 5.
Well, there wasn't that many in there either. But if you look at Halloween kills,
how many people lived in that movie?
Jason, we're on Halloween. You look at Halloween kills, he killed an entire cul-de-sac.
That's, I mean,
So,
they like.
But I think also with this film, they were trying to focus on the story and not the kills.
Yes.
They were trying to close it out, and they were trying to think of the best way to do that. But with watching this, I think.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
So,
my bad.
You done got me off my shit. Yeah, I'm going to edit that part out. But I will say one of the things that I think is extremely unfortunate that I don't think Scream will get, that Halloween got, is the woman that started your entire franchise not being in the end of your entire franchise. Because seeing all this stuff, and then they're also bringing back the lead that was in Nightmare on Elm Street. She said she's open to doing more films. So it's like they're bringing back the original for the films. And I'm just like, if they don't get Sydney back, even though I know both of y'all said, oh, we don't need Sydney, we can move past it. And I'm just like, nah. But I'm sticking to that. I mean, y'all
this is so with this movie. So like the reason I do like the movie is because it was a risk. Like I said, it was a risk either way. Like I said, I personally did not want to see another Michael Myers terrorizing people 40 years past his actual. That doesn't make, for me. You said no logic, Jazz. That logically doesn't make sense. Laurie can't move like that no more. Michael shouldn't be able to move like that no more. This man ain't had. There's been no, like you said, there's been no health care. There's been no patch ups. There's been no fixes for this dude. I don't know what he's eating, how he's eating within that scenario. It doesn't make sense to keep on making the same exact movie. So something had to change within the scenario. Now, Corey being the killer, how Corey became this killer. Like, I understand the Corey becoming the killer situation because of everything that was happening with him. So like you said, that was more so the story. The love part of the story, that I didn't agree with that part with Allison, but that just didn't, I mean, it doesn't really make sense. I get what they were going for, but that fell flat. But everything else, it literally made sense to me as to how it would have become, or how they came into fruition. But like Michael being a killer for 40 years, every movie, the same thing. He just killed. There's 2 other movies of him focusing on Laurie and this kid and her granddaughter and how he killed them out the way. Then you see Halloween Kills. Now he's not just killing he's just killing random people. He's just going through slashing everybody. He didn't care the race, the creed, the color, your sexuality. He picked you off because you was in front of him and is done in that situation. So like, it was just, like I said, it was just a random thing. So then we get the trilogy. We have a new story. We're keeping this within here, but we're gonna end it, and this is how we ended it. So I feel like it was capped off perfectly for me.
Do you think that they should not have killed off Corey? because
No,
if they were
I feel like they should end this. They should end it. Like
with
I
Michael.
feel like at some point somebody's probably going to reboot it and do something different with it, but not end it. Eventually these things have to come to an end, and people keep on
right.
it does. It doesn't have to be an ongoing story. And again, we're running. Jamie Lee is about to be 80 years old. We don't have to keep on doing that.
So
Like
if that's the case, why did we need the Corey Michael connection if they were going to kill him anyway? Because normally, like,
kill. Oh, you mean like killing? Because I mean,
I guess I just didn't understand the point of Corey's storyline if they were going to kill him anyway. If you were trying to let him be the next Michael, which
I don't think that was.
I thought of a dope ledge.
I don't think that. I don't think him being the next Michael was the thing. I feel like it was just a copycat killer. That's just what the story was supposed to be. We just have this guy who's following in the footsteps, but like you're not the legacy person in this movie. What did Sydney say in the last screen? You can't mess with the legacy or something like that. Don't mess with the original. Like that's the end of it.
Right. Well, actually, she said don't fuck with the original.
I'm trying not to curse so much because I already cussed out Kris for saying some imbecile stuff in this episode.
Did you say imbecile?
Yeah, yes. He is such an old man. Like
that is such a wild word to use. I feel like that was in Aladdin. You imbecile.
That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite cartoon. So
it is a classic.
I don't know. If you're gonna go the whole copycat killer route, I feel like it could have been done a bit better. This just ain't hit for me. That's just. Mm-hmm.
So Jason, since I'm assuming, what did I say? Mine. I'm in between. I mean, if you're a fan of slashers, then you definitely gonna enjoy this film, but just don't look for logic. So. What you got, Jason?
I have nothing else within this scenario there, please, ma'am. So of the horror movies you guys have seen this year, what is your favorite? I told both of y'all.
No, I know mine.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So for me, I like Scream 5. I would put that up there. I liked Bodies. I don't know how much, I guess it's classified as horror, but it wasn't scary. You know what I'm saying? And I liked X. X was really good. I enjoyed that movie a lot. I haven't seen Pearl, and I haven't seen what's the other one, Jason?
Orphan.
No, say another one.
Smile.
No, Barbarian. I haven't seen that.
Barbarian, yeah. It's releasing on streams soon.
Okay.
On HBO. What you got, Jazz?
I will say this year, I'm gonna throw X out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw Scream 5 out there because I definitely love their kills. I don't know if this is really horror or not, but I'm gonna say it because I love the twist. It's Orphan First Kill.
Okay. Still gotta check that out. Why Jason make that face?
I don't know why he made that face, but that twist was fire. Like I love it or hate it, that twist was good.
Was that divisive too, or people like really liked it? Oh, okay.
It's not divisive.
Okay.
I still like Orphan better, but Orphan Kills is cool.
I'm not gonna debate that. So I do have a question. Did y'all have any ledges?
Kris, what's your ledge in this movie? You pretty much said them, but you have any more?
I didn't think it was good. I mean, like you said, the whole copycat killer thing, I feel like that could have been done differently if that's the route you're going. Like maybe Corey, just flips for whatever reason after he kills the kid and he decides to embrace it. Like that makes a bit more sense. But him teaming up with Michael doesn't make sense. Michael sparing his life for no reason doesn't make sense. Him overpowering Michael doesn't make sense. The relationship with Allison and Corey doesn't make sense. It just, I don't have a ledge. I mean.
All right. So nothing made sense.
It just didn't, sorry.
Jason, did you have any ledges?
No, like I said, beyond the, well, my ledge is, I feel like that first 10 minutes of this movie is, like I said, is up there. I feel like that's going to be solidified as far as like a top tier intro scene in a scary movie. That's my ledge within that.
Okay. I think my ledge, if we're on the whole path of Michael trying to put his energy into Corey, I think it would have been a really good twist if Michael was, his main focus was actually Allison, and then Allison would have had that dark Michael energy to where Allison would have came and stabbed Lori and then kill her. But I think that would have been a fire twist, because then you have your full-on prequel to where your legacy character is out of here, and then you have a new one who was actually a final girl from the previous seasons. Mm-hmm. Jason's not feeling that. That's okay.
That's fucked up. That's actually fucked up, Jazz. I'm back. Nah, that's fucked up, because you wouldn't kill Sid, but you would kill Lori. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up because Sid is not gonna be in a new one because they didn't want to give her money.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem. Lori's not my problem either. Lori did it 20 years before Sid was probably even pissing in her diaper.
You don't know her business?
I do, actually.
No, you don't.
So yes, 1978. Like, yes, like what? Like, why are we? What do we? Like, what?
Did I trigger you just now with that?
Why wouldn't you kill? Like, why wouldn't you won't kill Sydney, but you would kill Lori. You won't kill Sydney, but you would kill Lori.
You got an issue with Lori dying in a movie, but when I say that they need Nev in the Scream movies, you sit up here like, nah, they don't need her. They can just carry on. So you're not even letting Sid have a movie death. You just saying we don't even need her in the movie.
I said she can die. I say, oh no, Jazz. You know what? Okay, let's go back to my real ledge in this movie. So what did I wanted in this movie for Michael Myers to kill Lori, and I wanted him to terrorize this town. That's what I wanted that's how I wanted this movie to end. I said we don't need Nev because she doesn't attach to anything anymore. She's not within that storyline, because if the thing is to pass the torch, she's just supposed to move on with her. She's just supposed to pass it and go on with her life. I don't see why we keep on trying to go back to her. She eventually either has to die or it has to make sense. I don't know what sense it makes for Nev to be back anymore. If you can make that make sense for me, then I will ride with you moving forward. And when it comes to horror, but I don't know how you can make that make sense. I don't know why Nev would be within the story. Why do we keep on going back to Nev? 6 movies.
But if that's the case,
that bitch ain't die.
Look, don't disrespect her. She's not a bitch. But how you gonna sit up here act like Lori can't die?
I just said I wanted Lori to die.
Okay, you did. My bad. Lower your voice.
I'm just saying, but if we gonna do it, that is the true original Scream Queen. We're not killing her within that. And she was a producer in this movie, so unlike Nev, maybe her legacy ain't cemented like this young lady right now.
What you not about to
shout out to Jamie Lee. Shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis. This is a true horror movie legend. Nev is number 2.
I'm not gonna debate that either, for the simple fact Halloween has been out longer, so I'm not gonna disrespect Halloween and say Nev is before Jamie. I'm not gonna do that. But Jamie did drop that if she could be in any horror film, which character she would be, she said Sydney. So what you're not about to do is disrespect Sydney on this motherfucking podcast.
I'm disrespecting Nev.
Not about to do.
Nev could have.
The only way. Don't disrespect Nev.
And within that, like I said, Nev in that situation, Nev could, out of there. You know what I'm saying? Nah. But what are you guys' Link of Thrones?
Oh, I will go first. So my Link of Thrones is Will Patton. He was Jamie's boo thing, or fake boo thing, her flirt material in a grocery store. He was in Remember the Titans.
He was the coach.
Yeah,
he was the coach. He has a really nice catalog, but he doesn't really star in stuff. He's like more of the sideline, secondary characters. But yeah.
Okay. I'll go next. My Link of Thrones is going to be Andy Matichak. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. She's Allison, and she was in an episode of Orange is the New Black, which came on Netflix a couple of years ago. Pretty good show, up until a certain point, but
yeah, they fell off the book, and then it was just hoes in prison.
And then when they killed my girl,
They killed a few people that was kind of messed up. You talking about
in the prison when she got killed by the officer.
Yeah. R.I.P. She's also no. Start with a P. But
Pusey.
Yes. She's actually in The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a bit. She
I've heard people talk about that.
She got killed off to go to there. So she's still in there? Is she still?
The new season started. I haven't picked it back up yet. That show is too dark. I don't get joy from watching that show.
Yeah.
You get joy from watching any of this?
Yes.
From the
But
slash,
the premise. Part. Yeah, the premise from what I've heard from The Handmaid's Tale is like very. I can understand Jazz saying that. It sounds very. It sounds realistic. Wild. That's what I was gonna say. It sounds like something that can actually happen. So I get that.
Look, I'm going out shooting. Fuck all that other shit. But yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've definitely heard about it.
It's so dark. But Jason, what's your link of Thrones? Were you able to Google something real quick?
I already had it. So I got Omar J. Dorsey. This was Sheriff Barker. He plays in Raising Kanan, another show that I'm really in love with. Almost at the finale of the actual show. I'm behind a couple of episodes, so yeah, that's a super dope show.
Oh, okay. Spin-off of Power, right?
One of the Power, showing one of how the show, how the kids, one of the Kanan, how he grows up. So yeah, that's mine.
Cool. Halloween ends. Lengthy episode, I feel like, but it was good. Good dialogue, good discussion. Was it good though? No for me. Yeah, for Jazz. Jason liked it. So nice balance there. Yeah. Everybody, thanks for listening once again. Was It Good Though podcast, episode 20. There you go. Thank you. Of course, all the support. We appreciate y'all so much. The followers, the subscribers, the listeners when we do our live premiere on YouTube. Of course, that's 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. We premiere on YouTube. We appreciate everybody coming in, just chatting with us. Discord community, we love y'all too. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Was It Good Though podcast, episode 20. We made it to 20. Let's keep it going. Right. We there.
And I definitely just want to add, for anybody that wants to stream this, you can check it on Paramount Plus, or you can take your.
It's on Peacock.
It's Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Excuse me, Peacock. Or take your broke ass to the movies and watch it.
There you go. All right, we out. Deuces.